We're here.
Huh?
It's Biz Besties. It's July, the last day of July.
No, second last day.
Last Biz Besties of July.
Yeah, it is.
We're heading into August, which is our time to take a breather. We say that in air quotes if you're watching on video.
Every year we're like, this is the year we're going to take a breather in August.
But we take a little bit of a step back. However, we have such an exciting show planned for you today that's going to be followed up with every episode in August, a series, if you will, that we know will benefit so many people who listen to My Line Purpose podcast, especially our Biz Bestie segment. But you know the drill. We need to know what you're grateful for.
Today, I'm grateful for somebody in our mastermind sending that confidence podcast to tell me about Feng Shui so that I could get into it, listen to the podcast, read the book about it, change my success direction in my office. And then now, just right now, somebody came to the window of manifestation, which if you're watching here, it's on the left. I have people coming up to the window every day, yes, delivering things I buy, but also coming by to give me things through the window, like dropping off fresh fruit, saying one guy actually said, hi. I opened the windows. Hi, can I send you an e-transfer? I'm like, yes, but for what? I had no idea. Turns out he was here to buy something from Marketplace. It's like I am running a storefront of manifestation here. So I'm grateful that I found that success direction book because really it opened up since I moved my desk to my success direction. People always ask, if I move my desk to the east, will it work? No, that's not how it works. You need to go to the Marie Diamond app and put in your birthday and time, I think, and then it gives you your success compass, and your direction is different for success in relationships, in business, but mine is east, so I moved my desk to face east. It looks weird in this office, but I'm here for the energy, so here we are. Anyway, what do you...
And she's like following it to a T where somebody like you who's quite particular and detailed and perfectionist, the desk is like one corner of the desk is touching the wall. So it's all not a 45-degree angle, not a 90-degree angle. I think we're on maybe like a 80-degree angle here. And that's because it's your, like, truly, it gives you a compass. The app gives you a compass and you follow that. And so we're sitting here, we're about to hit record, and I'm like laughing out loud because somebody comes to the window of manifestation, which I'm on the other side of Zoom a lot and get to experience, but I'm right here in real time in Kayla's office facing her success direction. I'm like, wow, it's happening. So anyways, just want to give that little point of view, POV. What I'm grateful for, I was sitting here thinking of all the things, but to go off what you said, grateful for somebody in our mastermind who recommended this thing. Inside of our mastermind, we've created a little friend group where we're like a mini mastermind of our mastermind. And we had a call with them this morning. We have a call every month. And I am so inspired by people who are doing really big things. Like we're on the call with somebody and she's, yes, I booked this really high level person for a one-to-one VIP day. And we were all like, wow, that's amazing that you're going to get to spend that day with them. And she's doing that, investing in her business in that way so that she can truly scale her business to the next level. And then the benefit to that is like she said, I'll come back and tell you guys all about it and what worked for me. And then we're talking about the things that we're doing and people are like, oh my gosh, tell us how you're doing that. And I'm just so appreciative of business owners who take their business seriously, and then don't gatekeep, who are like, oh, yeah, tell me how you did that, which is what this podcast is. We've always said Biz Besties is a behind the scenes look or pull back the curtain of how we're building this business. And I'm grateful that we get access to that too, because we provide that through Biz Besties and through Aligned CEO Method. But of course, it's nice to be a participant in an experience like that as well. So that's what I'm grateful for.
I agree. We hung up that call and I was like, those are the calls I want to be on all day long. I want to be with women and men who take their business seriously, who are not gatekeeping.
Yeah. 100%.
Universe, success direction, bring them on. I want them all.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And then, so that's a great segue into this. What we do on Biz Besties is we show you behind the scenes. What we're talking about today is in the last 2 months, 8 weeks, maybe 10 weeks max, we have brought on 14 new Aligned CEO Method clients. This has been the biggest influx of clients for us this time of year to date. We are 5 years in. 14 new people in June and July, May, June, July. 3 months there? Yeah, 3 months. 14 new Aligned CEO Method clients in 3 months. And we want to tell you how we did that, how you can do it too. And so that's kicking off our sort of series, if you will, of how you can go from a live event. And when we say live, we don't necessarily mean in person. Yes, we did She Leads, but we also mean if you do a live masterclass, and live means you are actively there chatting with people and participating. It's not a passive offer. So how you can go from a live event, whether it's in person or virtual, to your offer to growing your business, how we do it. And I know that we had somebody in our mastermind a year ago who would ask us, she would say, how do you do to pull off your 5-day free events? Or how do you pull off organizing your 4-hour accelerators? And how do you manage the time and the people and the content? And we felt like the answer to that was challenging because it's really intuitive for both of us. But when we sat down and started to map out, okay, if we took what's intuitive to us and made it available for everybody else, what would we say? And so that's what we're going to do over the next 5 weeks. But you want to kick us off with today?
Yeah, today is really big picture of what we did to bring this influx of new people into Aligned CEO Method so that you can see how you can do it in your business too. Now, the master plan really started last year in August.
Yeah.
We were super inspired. We called our other business friends from the restaurant. We were talking about the idea and we're like, okay, Robin and Monica from Mint, we got to get you on board. We have to loop in Jamie from Glow Jar. We've got to talk to our clients who are super good at what they're doing and we want to give them a platform. It all came through when we were having a buffet at that restaurant.
It's true.
We're like, okay, a $40 breakfast buffet. Yes, we're here for it. Unlimited coffee. We sat there for 3 hours.
It was a Sunday morning. It was amazing.
Yeah, we mapped out the next year. And we decided that we were going to have She Leads as a big event here in Victoria, and we're going to invite 100 people. To do that, we knew we needed to build the know, love, trust of our live events. So we worked backward and hosted 3 live events for people to come and meet us in person before we did our big She Leads event. And we also got really key speakers on board who could come in to the She Leads event, who could share the event with their community, who could help us build awareness and knowledge. We're all doing it together. And yes, She Leads was an event for Moneyline Purpose, for sure, and hosting the Moneyline Purpose community. But we made it, and this is our style. Not everybody does it like this, but we made it so that it is a great advantage to everyone who shows up as a speaker and as a participant, because you will get the connections and support from this weekend. That was the tone leading up to She Leads. And then the rest of the big picture is that and we're going to talk about this in the series in August, one separate episode on how to pitch on stage.
Yeah.
But we had our offer ready to go at the live event, and we knew exactly what we wanted to invite people into, exactly how we're helping people, and who can join. We had that crystal clear. So the people who said, yes, I'm in, we welcomed them in, and we had a process ready to go for that. And the people who said, I'm interested, but not right now, we gave them something else to buy. So those people, I'm interested, not right now, bought Cash Flow, which is our 4-week masterclass, basically for 4 weeks in a row. And we made it 5 weeks, actually, about how to bring money into your business. And then we said, now that you trust us, and now that we know that your business goals are aligned with how we can support you in Aligned CEO, come and join us in Aligned CEO Method. And of course, along the way, we find out that the offer is for people who are serious business owners who want to grow their business. Not every single person who came to She Leads is that serious. Not every single person who came to Cash Flow really wants to go to the next level and have weekly coaching for a whole year about building your business, your profit, your mindset, all that kind of thing. But the people who do have the opportunity to say yes at the live event in the following month when we had our deadlines, say yes to Cash Flow, build know, love, trust there, say yes to Aligned CEO through that. And we also did the 6 Figures in 6 Month VIP Day, a mind-moving manifestation workshop to layer the building of trust.
Yeah. It's super important. Speaking of trust, you were telling me that you had a trust story.
Yeah. Actually, I'm really working on my fitness. I have the vision board right in front of me in my success direction. And I was thinking maybe I need more accountability and coaching around nutrition, around how I'm going to get to my fitness goals. What it looks like on my vision board is not what a normal person looks like if they have a normal lifestyle. And that is my deep desire am I willing to make the sacrifices I have to make that happen? I'm still on the fence about that. And also, I don't feel personally equipped to be able to go pro in fitness, essentially, is what's right in front of me on my vision board every day. And so I was thinking that I might want to have a coach, and I had a couple of calls with a couple of different coaches, and I had one a couple days ago, actually. And I realized that for the price point of working with her, this doesn't have anything to do with her, it's only me. For the price point of working with her, which is $1,111 a month, minimum 3-month commitment, so 1,111 a month, I just don't have the trust yet that she's going to help me get to that transformation. I don't see her differentiator super clearly. Now, if she continues to show up and post on social, and if she did an offer that was, let's say, $200 a month for 3 months and it was low touch, but I could build my trust with her, I would be all in for that. But the $1,100 a month price point for me is like the differentiator between what's difference between her and all other fitness coaches has to be so clear. The touch points have to be so clear so that I know exactly how I can organize my schedule around it. I don't want to be making those decisions. And then the other part of it is like, it's kind of differentiator, but it's also like her set program. What about this can I not just get online? Is this just information, or is it really truly implementation? Is it behind the scenes?
Accountability.
Yeah. And is it really like behind the scenes leg up to get what I want? Which I don't think, based on the call, I don't necessarily think it really is. But that is because that's how I feel about it. I'm not saying that's what her program is about. It's just that my trust isn't there. So when I think about trust being the most important thing in business, the most important thing, and how we've given people the opportunity to get to know us and really trust us over the last year in multiple live events, but also events online, so people all over the world can access us, I feel like we could amp that up and we could even build more and more trust, because people are not out on the internet saying yes to $1,100 a month offers the first time they meet you very often.
Yeah. And this is a great segue into the one last piece that we're going to share on this episode. And then stay tuned for the next 4 as they unfold and share more things. But the other important piece is the power of an excellent referral. And when somebody refers you, is this person a referral?
Yeah.
And do you trust the person who referred them?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So, you might keep paying attention to her then
Yes.
because you trust the referral.
Like I had the call to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just makes me think that on a call that we had the other day with people, I believe it was cash flow, I looked around on the screen and I was like, oh my gosh, none of you were here 5 years ago when we started. And I said, so let that be proof that you don't know where your clients are coming from. You just have to hold the faith that you're doing everything you say you're going to do on your deliverables and put it up there, put it out there. And it makes me think about how when I look at the 14 people who have joined us since She Leads, some of them came from She Leads, some of them came from following us on their own journey for a while. And we've got a handful of people who started with one client who we didn't know a year ago. We met her in the fall. And that one client is loving her experience with us so much that she told a friend and brought a friend to She Leads. And that friend saw us at She Leads, and then she joined up and wanted to work with us. And then a friend who lived away, who couldn't participate in She Leads, saw that we were doing cash flow. So we had a service available for online. So then this person who started working with us from the fall, who referred a friend to She Leads who signed up, then told her friend about cash flow, and her friend joined cash flow, who then experienced the community and the connection, the accountability, and of course the results. And then she joined Align CEO Method. Those 3 people right there, yes, we can say 3 people, maybe you want 100 people in your program, but depending on lifetime customer value, how long somebody sticks around, so that's 3 people that we get to work with for a year minimum. And if we also look at price point, that's not 3 people who are paying us $97. That's 3 people paying multiple 5 figures that we then get to support and help them grow their business. That is a significant contribution to the overall revenue that we didn't do ad spend on. We didn't do paid radio ads or these sorts of things. we gave one person a great experience in the fall and she's working with us and loving her experience so much that she's telling her friends about it. And we pay out those referral fees. And I always say this, I would rather pay a referral fee any day over ad spend. I want to know the people that are coming to us from the people, because then we know we're getting quality, excellent people joining our program. You can do ads for sure. I'm not shunning that. And there will be a day where we will add ads back into our business. But right now, I love the power of an excellent referral. And that's helped us generate 14 new business owners that we get to help in the last 3 months through selling on stage, hosting something that was in person, hosting something that was online for the people who live away, and giving incredible deliverables and results to people that they want to refer.
Yeah, I agree. I think that can be one of the episodes of the series. So we'll be talking about selling on stage, being super clear in your pricing, how to build a referral-based business. We're so excited for August. The last thing I want to say is that about this call that I had yesterday, I was not clear on the pricing before going into the call because it's not her process to share the pricing. She shared the pricing with me after the call in a follow-up text. And I want to encourage everyone who's listening to get really clear on your pricing so that it's posted somewhere, so it's ready to go when someone wants to buy. If I knew it was $1,100 a month, I probably wouldn't have had the call because I'm not ready to spend $1,100 a month on the fitness component of the coaching. If I know business coaching, like for us, we pay way more, like $10,000 a month for business coaching. If I knew that's what the price is for business coaching, I'm willing to pay for that. So that's where my my priorities are right now. Exactly. That's where my priorities are. And it's not that I can't pay the $1,100. It's that my trust isn't there yet. And the value add isn't super clear yet. And it could evolve over time. But if the pricing were upfront, that would help me make a decision and not waste your time. So if you're not putting your pricing upfront on things, consider doing that. And then the other thing that it made me think is, am I getting the same price as everyone else? Or is this, I think you make this much money because she follows us online. So I'm going to price it more. And maybe that's just me being a little woo-hoo. And I totally admit to that. And I'm just being brutally honest. Like, this is a behind the scenes Biz Besties conversation.
We've heard people doing that. Be like, oh, don't put your price point up front. And then you can decide what you think somebody can pay and adjust things. And that's not how we operate.
No, and I don't like that. And so I would hope that's not what's happening, but I'm not sure that's not what's happening because it's not published on a website where it's fair for everyone. So I think it is important to have fair, clear pricing. Fair as in the same for everyone for all the services you deliver. Clear as in it's on the website, people can find it. It's not impossible to see in advance of the call. And even with us, if we're going to have an aligned CEO method discovery call, or let's see if you're a good fit, we make sure that person has the application form so they know what we expect and the pricing with a link in advance so that you can buy it if you're a good fit, if we all want to work together. And there's no surprises on that discovery call of the pricing. That just slows everything down.
Yeah, exactly. We did have a coaching call earlier with somebody who's going through our onboarding process. And she asked us, in your opinion, do you like seeing the price of something on a website or not? And I said, absolutely. I want to see what the price of something is. I don't want to, this is not a great example, but because I don't really care what I spend on groceries, but I wouldn't want to walk through the grocery store and get to the till and be like, I had no clue if this was going to be $200 or $700 because there wasn't any price point on anything. Just say what it is. If I want something and it's a premium price, if it's organic, it's grass-fed, it's local, whatever, and the price point's there, I want that. The price point doesn't deter me. It just reduces any sort of shock value when you go to pull out your credit card. So I'm all for, if you're listening to this and you're somebody who does things like elusive and discreet, hey, I'm hosting this class, want the link, or hey, I've got this program, I'll tell you what the price is when we hop on the call. That's too much work for your potential client. Now they're guessing, they're wondering, they're unsure. Just be upfront.
They're anxious.
Here's the link. Here's how much it costs. They get to decide. And if they come to you and say, I don't think I can afford that, you can chat to them about their money beliefs if you want to do that. You can talk to them about their priorities, their payment plan, but you don't have to go through the process of getting on a call with somebody or being in an in-person conversation with them and then realizing like it is so far beyond what their priority is right now or what they can genuinely afford. Just be upfront and honest and know that there's a buyer at every level.
All right.
Okay. We'll be back next week.